Jeezy.
What up, Doe? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening?
The streets love him.
Yeah.
What's happening? What's happening?
Wow. How much jewelry is that, Jeezy? What are we talking about? What's going on?
I'm light today, man. I'm just
It's light work?
Yeah, it's light work.
What kind of watch is that?
It's the X-Men.
An X-Men?
Yeah, an Eczema.
Eczema. What is that?
Oh,
That sounds like eczema. I had that when I was a kid.
Yeah. It still bump up the same way though with the rocks. You know what I'm saying?
It's rough around the edges.
Yeah, it's rough around the edges. You know what I mean? Put a little something on it, yeah. Calm it down, you know.
Yeah.
No, this is actually it's one of my jewelers. It's his brand. He had it for like 10 years now, so I always wear them.
Support.
I
You
mean,
always are very supportive of not only people you come up with, but people who support you. Like, you're a very loyal dude. That's one of the things I think everybody says about you.
Yeah, man. You know, just something the streets taught me, man. You know, get you a long way in life. Stand up guy, man. That never gets old.
Yeah, that's very true.
I see I got the big Cuban. Is that a fake Cuban? That's real.
These are fake.
Oh, okay.
No, ain't nobody got real Cubans.
Smoking here.
Yo.
Somebody gave us these little fake Cubans. Look, Young Jeezy's on the show. It's Ebro in the morning, Laura Styles and Rosenberg. We got some serious talk to get to with Young Jeezy. You got an album coming out. What's the date?
November 13th, baby. For what's that? What they call that? Black Friday? Not Black Friday. I'm tripping. Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
And Jeezy, this project that you're working on, you know, a lot of people hear you talk street talk. You've always been about motivating people that come from the street, uplifting, telling them your story, sharing your stories.
Absolutely.
Right? But now people are hearing you kind of turn a corner as a grown man with everything that's going on socially.
Yeah.
Can you articulate what the theme of this album is?
I mean, you know, it's basically like this, man. You know, when I came out, Trap or Die and everything I was doing, I was just talking about my surroundings and you know, in my hood and what I was going through. But these are the things I'm going through now because my trap is the world. You feel what I'm saying? It ain't just my neighborhood anymore. So I'm gonna use my platform to speak on, you know, what I go through, how I see things, because it's my art. So it's like that's where the album is going. It's just like, you know, we all grown now. We getting money. We doing better than before. But then you see things going on around you that are, you know, still going on. You know, it's even worse now than when I was coming up. You know what I mean? So you just speak on those things because that's what you take. You take negative energy, positive energy, and you put it into the music. So some people might look at it as growth, but I look at it as real life shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah,
but
you
I think
saw
that's
that just
part
happen,
of,
right?
But, you know,
Exactly.
expanding your awareness is a part of growth.
Yeah,
right?
because I move around now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My circles are different. You know what I mean? Like, I got to be honest. You know what I mean? I kick it with my partners all the time when I'm home and chill out. But then I, you know, really go sit down and smoke a cigar with the mayor and we chop it up. He like, so what's going on in the city? And I just, you know, he tell me what's going on his side. I tell him what's going on my side. And it's like the company you keep is different now. So the conversations that I have are different. You know, if I'm out kicking in the club, you know, I'm having street conversations. You know, well, you know, such and such told on such and such. He shouldn't be standing in our section. I'm like, okay, well, get him out our section then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to stand around him if he, you know, he ain't 100. And then it's different conversations about, you know, what's going on in the city, that what we can do to help, you know, put people in power in the city or look out for the, you know, just the kids that's coming up. And those are real conversations because I always tell them, like, let me be the vehicle for that. Because, you know, it's like I know the lingo, so I can go translate, you know what I mean? With my rest in peace, my man Shake, he used to call it a buffer. Because I used to be on some shit at Def Jam. He'd be like, yo, let me just go talk to him. I'm the buffer. Yeah. And he'd make him understand what I was doing.
You're talking about Shakir Stewart.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Rest in peace to a good guy. But he just showed me what it was like to be the middleman and being able to explain something to the other side. You feel what I'm saying?
That's dope to hear you say that. That's my brother, man.
Yeah.
Jeezy, I hear you say you sit with the mayor, you politic, and you talk about what's going on in the street, also what's going on politically. Are you paying attention to politics right now? Is voting something that Jeezy does? Because I got several things I need to talk to you about. Because we was all out there on Saturday in D.C.
No question.
And I know you were there. So I just want to hear what you're hearing from the political side.
Yeah.
Because I don't necessarily run in the rich people circles with you. So
Is that right?
But I want to hear that because
so had me fool.
But I also want to hear what you're telling on the other side in the streets as well.
I mean, you know, it's like this, man. I got to keep it a buck. It's like with me, you know, I always paid attention to those things, even when I was younger. You know what I mean? I just wanted to know what was going on in the world. And it's like, you know, now so more than lately, you know, I'm a taxpayer, so it's like I really want to know, you know, what's really going on.
How's my money being spent?
and all those type of things. So to me, you know, it's just a matter of paying attention. So I would never consider myself a politician, but then I just know what it's like to be a politician because a lot of people can be bought for money. And it's just like, I just never been that type of guy. You know what I'm saying? My loyalty is just, you know, it is what it is. But when you watch politics and you watch Donald Trump go like, well, shit, you borrow $5 million from me and you borrow $5 million from me, and I'm not apologizing to your wife. You go, man, this shit is real. Like, so he really got bread, so he's not really respecting the politicians. So that makes you think about, you know, how the politicians are, because when they come to your city, you know, and I got to keep it a buck. Hillary just came to Atlanta, you know, and I donated some money to her cause because, you know, I believe in what she's doing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm watching Joe Biden too. Like, he might be our guy, but at the same time, I'm watching the Republican shit, and it's like Donald Trump just deboing everybody over there. So you just watch everything. You go, damn, like, who can really fix this America for us? I don't know. I'm confused.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
do you have an opinion on, have you decided if Biden decided to get in?
Yeah.
Would you be more excited about Biden than Hillary, or are you more Hillary?
I mean, I gotta be honest. I don't really know a lot about Hillary. I just saw, you know, how she was moving, but I think Biden is a cleaner guy, and he's like the guy that came under the tutelage of, you know, Barack Obama, and he did get close. Like, you know, he changed a lot of things, like healthcare. You know, the unemployment rate is lower than it's ever been. So I don't think we're gonna actually feel Barack Obama's his work until he's actually out of the office and the next guy get it in and fuck it up. You know what I'm saying? And we back to where we started. So that's how I just sit back. But Biden, man, you know, he got the savoir faire, man. He got the charisma.
He does. He seems like a straightforward guy.
Yeah,
too.
he got the charisma. He can pull it off. I can't even front. I mean, but him over Donald Trump any day.
Anything over Donald Trump.
Well, Donald Trump's
Donald
a clown,
Trump get in office, everybody just strap up, because we going to war, man. I'm telling you, because he gonna say something crazy to somebody from overseas, and it's gonna be on.
Yeah. And he doesn't have respect for other people's cultures.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's gonna be
that's not good, man, because in the end of the day, you know, a presidential person is supposed to hear the people. We're supposed to come down and say, hey, look, I'm going to see if I can fix this for y'all. And that's the whole thing with the Obama thing. Like, you know, he sold change, and we all didn't see that. You know what I mean? So we got to hold him to that. I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I'm quite sure he did everything he could possibly do. But when he probably got in there, he was like, yo, this shit is fucked up. Like, you know, I can't fix all this.
Right.
So he gave it a shot. So you gotta give him an A for effort. But at the same time, you know, I couldn't be in a country where Donald Trump was the president. Like,
Are you saying you would move? Would you consider moving?
Absolutely.
Where would you move to?
Jamaica Mountain.
Jamaican Jeezy.
Right.
Now, you had, in my opinion, you had a moment that will always be synonymous with the Obama presidency. With my president's black.
No question.
How proud are you of that moment now?
I mean, it was difficult, man, because I got to keep it a buck. Like, I did all that shit, man, and I was really, you know, I wanted to change too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I just felt like he was the dude, and when he actually got, you know, I did the song, I did the campaign, you know, I rented buses out to drive people to the polls to vote. I'm telling the cats in the hood, like, you know, you're a convicted felon, but you can still vote. Like, we got lawyers, you know what I mean? Because I was like, yo, we're going to get this shit. It's going to happen. It's got to happen. And then when he got in, you know, I saw him start making his move, and actually he had a dinner in New York, and I was invited. So, and I just got back to Atlanta from California, so I went and got a suit, you know what I mean, Tom Ford to be exact, suited and booted up, and then I flew all the way back to Atlanta. I mean, all the way back to New York, and I got here and got to the event, and I was told before I could get out of the car that the Secret Service said I can't come in the event because of my past. And man, listen, it was like a slap in the face.
Yeah, man.
And I remember flying back on the plane to Atlanta like, damn, that's crazy. So I never really said nothing, you know what I'm saying? But how I feel about it, he's smart enough dude to know, hey, look, you know, I probably can't stand beside this guy right now, and I can respect that, you know what I'm saying? Because everything ain't for everybody. But at the same time, when he shouted me out at the correspondence dinner, I felt like that was like, I see what you're doing, you know. When he said my first term, I sang Al Green. My second term, I'm gonna sing Young Jeezy.
Yeah,
that was his way of letting you know.
You know, like I see.
And that's pretty. I mean, it is a bummer that happened.
Yeah.
It is pretty sweet that publicly you got a shout out from the president.
Yeah, no, come on, man. It's especially where I come from. Like that
Think
was
about that.
G. But that let me know he got some ice in his veins too, though. Like he ain't just no square with it. Like you know what I mean? Like I know how to, you know, move in a room full of votes.
And he probably knew that if he would have had you at the dinner too soon, they would have used that against him early in his candidacy.
They went for Common. Remember? They went at him because Common came to the White House. Imagine Jeezy if they went for Common.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't ask to come to the White House.
Oh, that's a good point.
I don't want to come over to nobody's crib that don't want me over there. You feel what I'm saying? I ain't gonna steal nothing. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna take nothing. You feel me? But it was like, it meant to me, look, man, at the end of the day, I just do what I do, man. I understand, what he does, and I respect that. And, I stay in my lane. It's like, I'm not a politician. That ain't my thing. I'm for, my cause and what I represent. So at the same time, I already knew that going in that it wasn't going to be just me sitting down at the table talking to this dude. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, I got to respect that.
Man, I'm so proud of you, bro.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you. I seen you come such a long way, man.
Right.
And just even hearing you talk like this.
Yeah.
I mean, do you ever get the opportunities to, when you connecting with brothers that, haven't seen the world that you've been able to see?
All the time.
What's the real conversation you're having out there? What are the 2 or 3 headlines? Because then after this, I want to get into Million Man March talk.
Yeah, I mean, like even with you mean as far as with people I deal with?
Yeah, the people you having that you're trying to uplift.
Oh man, it's all with my homies all the time. I tell them, man, like I seen this shit 1,000 times over, man. Like I deal with a lot of people who really do a lot of real things, and I'm like, man, I just ain't never seen us win that game. So it's like, look, this is the best advice I get. Even my homies that be around to try to rap them, I might throw them a verse or give them some advice or point them in the right direction or put them with the right people, because it's like everybody chasing the same dream, and they like, well, you made it, we could do it too. So it's like I just try to, uplift them like that, because ain't nobody do that shit for me. When I was rapping, niggas was cracking jokes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they call a nigga the rapper, you the rapper, or, like that. So it was kind of like, y'all don't believe in what I believe in, and I said that. I told them niggas, let's get it. They act like they ain't want it. Then I pulled up and stunted on every nigga that fronted. When I started coming through in them Lambos and they was in my name, and I was buying my cribs in my name, I was like, yeah, see, that's what you get for following your dreams and believing in you, nigga. Like, see, I believe in me. Now you need to go believe in you and do something with yourself. And those same people that was laughing, I have to talk to them on the phone now. They got 30, 20 years, 15, and it ain't funny no more. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, with the cats that be around, I keep it real, man. Like, one thing about me, dog, I ain't gonna sugarcoat shit. I'm just gonna tell you straight up, man. Like, you already know what that shit gonna be, so you better do something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because, it's fun now. And I got respect for anybody that get out there and do their thing and overachieve. That was even what the God record was about. It wasn't about me saying I was a God in the hood. Like, per se, it was about the guys out there that go out here and they overachieve. They live life off, you know what I'm saying? Like, they go out here and take real chances, and when you see them, they looking godly. They got everything, the whips, the jewelry, the lifestyle, and everything.
Their stature is different.
Yeah, and people respect them like that. So they hold them to a high regard, because they actually feed people that's around them in the neighborhoods, take care of their aunties, pay late mortgages and all that shit. And it's just like, how you not gonna respect somebody like that? Because he risking it all, because tomorrow he could be gone.
How many, and of all the records on this album, is it all in that theme of what God is about? Because I know there's the Janelle Monáe record that I want to play for the people too, which is also on that vibe of like taking care of your hood, taking care of your family,
all that.
uplifting.
But I gotta be honest, because I'm on your show, I still had to do Jizzle. So if you get this album, don't be like, yo, he was. And I tell people all the time, like, they talk about the devil in church all the time. They talk about the good things, the bad things. So I know I'm not. I'm not a pastor, a minister, or one of these guys like this. It's two totally different things. What I'm saying is, when it comes to what I do and what I say, people actually feel the way I feel, because I came from their same struggle. So when you go to my shows and people been going to these same shows for 10 years, they ain't coming there just to hear the music. You know what I'm saying? Hear the song. They want to hear what you say in between. They want to see how good you still, feeling and looking, and like, that's our guy. We here to support him. It's like, I know I ain't Creflo Dollar. By the way, I would never want an $80 million jet, but that's me.
That's right. you know what I ask my people for.
Actually, you know what I'm saying? We'll figure out how to get it, but at the same time, I don't want people to get it misconstrued. Like, I'm not crazy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not crazy about far. I would never compare myself with the man upstairs. That's crazy. I just want to uplift, you know what I'm saying, people that are being brought down, because that's what's really going on. It's like, you ain't shit. You ain't nothing. You'll never be nothing. And we believe that to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying?
But we were talking about this with you earlier today, because we were talking about, and this is going in the direction you're going, about violence and things like that.
Yeah.
And one of the things that's special about you, Jeezy, is that you always talked about where you were from. It's always a big part of who you are. But you've managed to be motivational and not someone who just glorifies their past.
Yeah. I mean, because to me, it ain't nothing to really glorify. Because I can't front. Like, I'm ashamed of a lot of things that I did or had to do to other people. You know what I'm saying? Because but it's consequences and repercussions for everything. So even when I came in the rap game, I had to learn it. Like, this is business. Like, you can't be out here pushing lines on niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That ain't what this is. Because other people don't want to deal with you because you seem to be a problem. So for me, it wasn't never about, even when I said trap music and came in the door and the way I came in slinging the mixtapes and being out here in the streets for real and, niggas really being to rep for me, I felt like, I was opening the door for all the cats who couldn't get deals or, get to the record labels because they was in New York. And when I see cats from Atlanta doing that shit now, I'm like, see, that's the shit. When I see Rich Homie and all these cats doing this shit independent, they're going straight
that's what y'all works for.
To the consumers. That's the door that I wanted to open up. I had to take a deal because it was like, nigga, you going to get a deal or you going to jail. It's one of two things because at that time I had to make a decision. So it was like, you know what? And then, at the same, I'm glad I did because Def Jam has been a great partner, you know what I'm saying, throughout, even Atlantic. When me and Puff did the Bad Boy deal and people couldn't understand that because I brokered it myself, I was like, yo, I'm going to do the Def Jam deal, but, I told Jay, I was like, yo, I got to do this Boys in the Hood thing too because I don't got these guys to where they at. I'll do one album, but you got to let me get an Atlantic building too, and he did that. And that was to open a door, you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what made it dope to me because it was like, you making boss decisions in a world where people just want to put out your music and get paid. They don't care what you think. And I'm like, no, this is the way. Because I was going, it's crazy because when I first started doing mixtapes, Trap or Die, all that shit, I was pressing them up on myself. And I might press up like, 100,000 and pass them out. And that's how I was getting on, you know what I'm saying? So when I got to the label and I started doing it, it was like, whoa, what you doing? And after they saw that shit work over and over again, it was like, shit, we're going to press up 100,000 for you this time. You get your street team to pass them out. So that was the thing because that was the blueprint. I'm like, man, you got to give these people something for them to really actually sit down and fuck with you because they got to believe in what you're doing and know it's going to be consistent and over and again. And if you start getting them bullshit just to sell it to them, then, you might as well be like Walmart, man. You just, you're just selling what you get.
That's right.
You know what I mean? You can't stand behind your product. It ain't Blue Magic, baby.
I can stand behind it. It's a brand you can trust. Jeezy's a brand you can trust.
He's a brand. He's the people's brand, man.
Like PepsiCo.
Right.
Million Man March, Justice for Else. You made sure you were present.
Yeah.
Many other people were there too, and I've been vocal about not focusing on who wasn't there.
Okay.
Because I feel like that's a waste of time. Like,
Absolutely.
Either people are wanting to be a part of some progress and some upliftment, or they're not.
Real talk.
You know what I mean? And that's just how we gotta move.
Real talk.
Any feedback? You was sitting in the front. You got there. You was there all afternoon. You got to connect with people. What did Jeezy see? What did you feel?
Actually, to keep it a buck with you, Farrakhan actually asked me to speak, so I came to speak. And when I got there, man, I was overwhelmed. You know what I'm saying? I see all these people with, hope and just,
and families of people who lost children and the whole thing.
The whole thing, and it just got all these people there. So I was like, I'm gonna keep it 100. Like, I don't think this is the place for me to, say anything, that you're not gonna say. And, he respected it. And but I was there, and I mean, just the things he was talking about, how the lawyers take your money and they don't want to help you, how how
politicians are for sale.
For sale, you know what I mean? Like they anybody. And by the way, he made a lot of great points to me because I felt like, I've been in that situation before where you don't let people eat as much as they should eat, so you can keep them in a space that when you really want them to do something, you just give them a bigger bone. So it's almost like that's what he was saying about the politicians. He was basically saying like, they can be bought for anything. So when you got these people representing you, they ain't fearless. They're scared of somebody. They're scared of being broke. They're scared of being homeless. They're scared of being like you. You know what I'm saying? So he basically saying like, to represent what we going through, you have to be fearless. And I feel like he's right. When you sit down and look at these politicians, like, let's keep it real. They all got to get money from somebody. So they're being bought and sold all day. And it's just like, how can you trust somebody like that? But really what's ill with me was when he talked about the whole Malcolm X incident. Like, that was ill.
Yeah, I didn't expect that.
Yeah, that was ill.
What did he say about that part?
He basically was saying that they tried to blame it on him, right? But he's public enemy #1 in their eyes. So he's basically saying like, when have you ever seen a murderer that hasn't been charged with a murder when they already want to take him down? And he made it clear.
He was basically like, I've given you, I've gone at this government for decades.
And they ain't took me down
Not
yet.
paid taxes. Told them, he didn't say it this way, but he was basically like, told them to fuck off, and they ain't did nothing to me. And if I really had done that, do you really think I would not be in jail?
And then went as far as to say that when Malcolm X was shot, it wasn't a brother from the nation that was giving him CPR. It was an undercover FBI agent. Yeah. So that was like, I was like, well, this is deep. You know what I'm saying? But that's what they was going through back then. You feel what I'm saying? But like I rock with Farrakhan because even when my message changed, and just so you know, let me clear some things up. So I know a lot of you out there that's been rocking with me for a long time. Like, yo, Jeezy, we just want you to trap. Look, man, we bigger than that right now, man. We going through so much shit out here. That's the smallest thing on my mind. Because when my message started changing and Farrakhan gave me a call, he was like, yo, Jeezy. Wait, this is what he said, brother Jeezy. He was like, brother Jeezy, I love what you're doing. I love where you're going with this, but you got to understand, you're turning the corner and the enemy is paying attention. And I didn't understand what he was saying. And 1 week later, I was in jail in California for murder, assault rifle, some shit I had nothing to do with.
At backstage at the show.
Everybody that was on that tour, that Wiz Khalifa tour, know that when I got on stage, I got in my SUV and I went back to the hotel. First time I ever left the venue, because I always sat back and watched the Wiz show, you know, because they smoke a lot and I like that, you know what I'm saying? But I left. Everybody seen me leave. Security, people that was backstage anyway. So anyway, I got a call, said somebody, you know, got shot in front of my bus. I'm like, cool, whatever. So boom, I leave. So they canceled the next show. So I get to LA, and keep in mind they searched my bus, seen everything that was on there, and they was cool with that. So an incident happened in LA where a couple people got shot, and when Suge got shot, and one of my security guys actually got hit. You know what I'm saying? So he was the guy with all the credentials that was on the bus, and they knew that because they went and interviewed him after everything happened. When I got to the venue that day, there was 60-something officers waiting on me and about 20 detectives. And they took me off the bus, and they told me that they was gonna let me perform and everything if I told them, let them search the bus again. Cool, do whatever you gotta do. So they did all that, right? And locked me up with 20,000 screaming fans screaming Jeezy. And I'm sitting back watching all my peers from DJ Drama to DJ Baby U to Rich Homie Quan, and everybody looking like, why they doing this nigga like that? He wasn't even here. Everybody like, yo, he was not there. The guy from Live Nation came down and said, listen, man, you can ask any security detail, Jeezy left the venue. He was not there. Locked my black ass up. And when I was sitting in that cell, and they told me that all my personnel bill was $1 million a piece. After the guy who told me that we was getting locked up, the guy in there told me there's gonna be $22,000, you know, a piece for bond. I'm like, cool, we'll pay it. You know, let's get out. Last day of the tour. I'm excited. You know what I'm saying? We get down there, it's $1 million a piece. 1 million. And my team sent somebody down there to get me like the first 30, 45 minutes I was in there. And the first thing I thought to myself was, this has to be your most unselfish moment ever in your life. Because I know you want to get out of here because you don't belong here before they even dress you out. And I told my team, I said, look, we came in here together. We going to leave this motherfucker together on everything. And the minute I got everything together, got all my shit in order, and the lawyers flew in from Atlanta, got me straight. And I got out. The first phone call I got, as soon as I got out and get to the car, they give me the phone. Farrakhan, brother Jeezy. I told you that the enemy, they was coming. I said, man, you have no, you my dude, man. When I left, in the way, you know, my people looked at me, like my family, like I got real employees, I got real shit going on. The way that I was treated, man, is why you hearing a lot of that shit in my music now. Cause I'm like, this is me with no filter. I'm like, fuck that, man. Y'all ain't finna just do, you know, I work hard. You know what I'm saying? Every day. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm about it the right way.
And I go about it the right way. You know what I'm saying? I handle my business and I'm gone. You don't hear nothing about me being nowhere, whatever, you know, with the bullshit. I don't even kick it like that. You know what I'm saying? But they made me, like, they took me from being somebody that I felt like, man, you made it, you doing good by yourself, you taking care of your people, you doing everything, and they made me feel like a nigga again, man. I had to go in there, dress out, put on people's boxes, and I'm gonna keep it real with you, like, you know, I don't even eat beef or pork, but like the third day in there, I was fucking the bologna sandwiches up, because I could, you know what I'm saying?
What you gonna do? Fry up that bologna, let me get that.
But just so you know, that's what made me angry.
It humbled you.
Yeah,
it brought
because
you back down,
it brought me back down,
check.
and it was like, yo, man, you got to really speak for that. Because hadn't I had the resources or the finances to get out of that shit, I might have never got out of that. And they so dirty, you know what I'm saying? They never went back and cleared it up in Oakland. That I never had nothing to do with this shit. So you got half of people in the West Coast thinking I killed one of their own, and I wasn't even there. So it's like they tried to hit me from every direction. That shit just.
And some of that is our fault too, because, and when I say our, I mean the radio stations, media, blogs, because when the headlines hit and it's the negative story, everybody run to it.
Yeah.
When the cleanups come, and the retractions come, those things don't get the big posts. Nobody goes for that story.
And I told my lawyer, shout out to Blair Burke, I said, look, this is the first time in my life I never did anything, and that's all I can tell you. And she told me, don't even worry about it, I got you. And when they dropped the charges, they actually tried to make a phone call and say, hey, look, we'll give you, because they still got my money and my jewelry and stuff now. They're like, yo, we'll give it back if you play fair.
Play fair? What you mean?
Like meaning don't come to the radio and put them on blast and say, because they did a poor job of being detectives. Guess what I told them? I said, I get money, motherfucker. Y'all keep all that shit. I'm good. Fuck y'all, straight up. And that's the real truth. I'm like, y'all don't even want that shit back. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. They still got my shit now. It's like, and to me, it's all good because it's like, that's a thing of being bought. And that's why you hearing all this aggression in my music, because it's like, you're not going to play with me, man. Like, I made my own way. Like, fuck that. Let's do it. However it's going to go, goddamn, I'm going out fighting. That's all I know.
So they gonna try to stretch you out anyway and make it embarrass you and tear you down.
And one thing it made me, I gotta be honest, Ebro, like the thing that it made me was fearless. I like fearless, like fuck it. I got everything to lose, I got everything to gain. It's all the fucking same. But other than that, you can't stop the way I feel and the way I talk. You can't do it. It comes from me. You know what I'm saying? I can talk to them. And as long as they know I'm talking and speaking for them, you can't fuck with that. You know what I'm saying? Because we together on this shit. You feel me?
This is a good talk.
Real talk.
Well, we gotta wrap this up right here.
That was fantastic. That was fantastic.